Okay, I'm so glad that you hit play on this video so you can listen to me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to say is going to be very helpful. And here we go. Okay, so I was inspired to come on because I really wanted to talk about this because it just keeps coming up. And I'm seeing it not only in my life, feeling it in my life, but there are others around me that are feeling it as well. And not just a few people, a number of people. Okay, so here we go. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about lack versus flow, scarcity versus prosperity or abundance. And here's the thing. A lot of people right now are feeling that lack feeling in their lives, that feeling of scarcity. And that can show up in many different ways. So one way it can show up is it can show up something as simple as time, not feeling that you have enough time in your day. That's a very lack, scarcity way of being with life. And one can say, well, I really don't have enough time in my life. I get it. Okay, bear with me on this. Another way it can come up is like even at work, feeling like that we're not getting the support maybe from our coworkers, from our manager, from our boss, from whatever it is in order for us to get the job that we need to get done and the work we need to get completed. And yes, that has to do a little bit with time, but it also has to do with, maybe not feeling, like I said, not having the support. So in that way, there's a feeling of lack. And it's so easy to go into victim when we're feeling, feeling this way. Another thing that could be coming up, and this is probably a big thing for most people, and especially as an entrepreneur, is that feeling of lack of money, where maybe like, okay, the stream has slowed, the stream has stopped, the stream just doesn't seem to be streaming. So then we go into a place of scarcity. And, those places, of course, do nothing but keep us more in that energy of scarcity and lack. And then it begins to just build and feel more stressful. And, we can just go down that road and feel like we can never get off it. Whether it's, like I said, in work, time, money, our relationships, not feeling like we have enough love, not feeling like we're getting enough attention, all of this sort of stuff. And what I'm going to ask everybody to do when they're listening to do is to do not put any blame on anybody else, even though it's so easy to do that, to say, well, I would have more of blah, 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 if this person or if this situation. Is really about us owning all of our own reflections and taking really a look at this of how we really run that sense of lack and scarcity in our bodies. And it's part of our biological and cultural conditioning that we've been exposed to that keep us in the status quo that we don't want to be in. So the other side of this is flow. It's flow, abundance, prosperity, it's synchronicity. It's when things are just moving and going and life feels just really abundant and joyful. And, being in that place obviously is an amazing place. And I'm sure that many of you get more than just glimpses, and sometimes just glimpses in your day when your day has been very stressful. But what I want to do here is give you a little tool here to help you to build the muscle of prosperity and abundance. And so how we do that, number one, is by bringing attention. Sorry, I'm going to pull my notes out here because I really want to get this information to you. Is really to begin to pay attention to where in your life do you find flow. And let's say that you're in a situation where you don't feel like you have enough time to get the things that you want to get done. Okay? And so the way to do this is not try to really create more time, because creating more time is actually going to keep you in lack, because it's really hard to create more time when we're in this place of feeling like we don't have enough. So what we want to do is we kind of want to move in another direction and find areas of our life, like I said, that feel like it has flow. And let's say flow can feel like when you get those few 5 minutes where you're maybe out in your garden and doing your gardening for maybe a half hour during the day when you come home for work or on the weekend or something like that. And so doing that and bringing presence to the flow in your life is, number one, bringing consciousness to that feeling, bringing a sense of presence to that feeling, and you're becoming more aware of the flow muscle in your body. And so the next thing that you want to do when you've kind of found that area or that one place or two places or three places where you have flow in your life is then begin to create another one. And again, for example, if you're dealing with time, don't try to create more time. Try to create something else that's going to bring flow in your life. Whether it's going out for a walk, whether it's looking up at the clouds and the sky and just, acknowledging that, whether it is sitting in a jacuzzi and feeling flow. So how this works is that you don't have to go directly. You don't want to, and actually you really don't want to go directly for the thing that's bringing you lack, that you want to create more of. You want to go for the other things so that you can build the flow muscle, because in that way, it all indirectly begins to shift things in our life. Because right now, if you're feeling this greater sense of lack and you just focus on that, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you got to be able to grow the flow side, the abundance side, the prosperity side. Focus on something little, move to something else. Bring that into your awareness every day. Do something that brings attention to that muscle in your body, in your emotions, in your spiritual connection, in your mind, in your thoughts. And it will change. Trust me, it will change. It's the law of attraction. It's universal law. It can't help from change. And universal law says if we focus on what it is that we don't want, what it is that we're struggling with, that struggle will only get bigger. So what we need to do is we need to focus on the things that bring us pleasure, the things that bring us joy, even if it's something small. It's okay. You're building a muscle. You're creating a new way, a new channel to align with what feels resonance in your body. Okay, how is that? I'm glad you stayed with me. It's more, anyway, okay, I'm not going to go all crazy here. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this video and give me some feedback. Let me know how this is working for you. If you decide to start trying it, you may want to. Put some comments down. Love to hear from you. Okay? Namaste. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. And I hope that I was able to shed some light and give you some tools to help. Okay?